the ballots had been previously tampered with by an unauthorized group of members who took them out of sight behind closed doors. This unfortunately has created a degree of mistrust by the membership of the integrity of the vote. So we are left with no choice but to allow the certification to stand. Okay. Susie, you're up as treasurer.
Hello? Yep.
I would have to say that count.
Hold on just a minute. I didn't see your hand. Where are you going? I'm sorry.
In that count, the recount was requested because there was concern that the numbers were off. And we did the recount, and the recount did match Sheila's numbers. And the start numbers of the ballots we counted were the same as the start numbers you guys counted with. Nothing was tampered with. And so you can keep your certification, but to make it seem like Sheila did something wrong when she didn't even touch the ballots is inappropriate.
I don't think I mentioned her name. There were one trustee, 3 former trustees, and some members there who went and took the ballots from the office manager and went behind closed doors and counted them. So Brenda, really nobody knows if they were tampered with. There's going to be that cloud of suspicion, right? So
so you basically have said nobody knows, but yet you have in your opening statement said that you felt that they were. So you can't say it has been and it hasn't been. So I think you're incorrect in that statement.
I'd like to add to that, the doors were closed by the office manager so that we wouldn't interfere with her conversation on the phone or whatever. She closed it. We didn't close the doors. We left them open. In our RCW 2403A 235 inspection by the director of a nonprofit corporation may inspect and copy the books, records, and documents of the corporation at any reasonable time to the extent reasonably related to the performance of the director's duties as director, including duties as a member of a committee, but not for any other purpose or any other manner. So there was an agreement between 3 board members to allow the documents to be looked at on Saturday morning. Okay, there was an agreement for a few days, and then that agreement at the last minute was thrown out, stopped for whatever reasons, I don't know.
John,
But
that was to include the election committee on Saturday.
It doesn't say, yeah.
That was to include the election committee. That's why it was going to move forward.
That's because of you people's putting information or wanting to have certain people there and so on. That's not what it says in the misinformation that's being spewed all the time about this illegal looking at documents. That's not what this says. And second, our documents none of our documents reflect the new updated 2403A, which is mandated 2 years ago. We haven't done any
What's
of this.
2403A so the audience knows what you're talking about?
We operate under 2 RCWs, Washington state laws. Okay. One of the laws that we operate under, RCW 2403A, the other one, it went from 50 pages long. It's now 118
Okay,
pages.
now you're going to get into the
Well, you asked the question.
Yeah, but
To explain to
I want to know, John, did you follow proper protocol for getting requests for information? The answer is no. And that is another reason why this cloud of, mistrust. Well, it's in our bylaws. We have to have oversight.
Oh, those are guidelines, right?
Yeah, these are guidelines. I guess the state law is guidelines.
The state law is law.
I realize that.
So we're not following state law.
Well, we are following. Yes, we are. And you think if state law would allow something to happen like you and Linda Nielsen and Sheila Larson and Bob Ferguson and 3 other members go in and close the door without getting proper?
We didn't close it.
Well, that's not the story I got. So if you say you didn't close the door, I'll go ahead and give you that. Someone had their hand up in the audience. Yes.
I'm Dave Allen. I have a question. Does your document there specifically say ballots, or does it just say general information? There's a difference.
Yes, there is. Let me get it for you. In RCW, this is the other RCW that we operate under, still under 2403A and section 235. It names all the required documents that we're supposed to, are required documents that have to be available for the members and so on. Item N, ballots, proxies, absentee ballots and other records related to voting by owners for 1 year after the election. That's one of the documents named right here. And the next one, it goes on to say that the members can see these documents and copy them. We'll go over that issue a little bit later because the new document, they don't want the members to be able to copy anything. Right here, if you want to read it.
And so
Ballots
it's
are
saying
included.
that ballots can be observed by.
They can be copied.
What?
Yes. Read the documents.
Okay, Don, go ahead.
Are you seriously? Are you all done?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna cut you off.
You can use your mic.
There's a mic right next to you.
I have a weak voice. It was on.
It was
There,
already
there.
on.
Long time. Yeah.